Yes, I think at the first panel, which was on women as an asset class, I think we came up with maybe seven key areas that I think are really important. And they are, if I can touch on maybe three of those. One is that there really needs to be greater effort into having specialist financial service companies, whether it's in the venture capital space or in the asset management space or in the wealth management space, that are targeted at women and women's ventures, as well as women founders or women's asset management needs. So that's, I think, the specialization point is really important. The second issue I think that is really important, and one where I hope we will get involved in the policy advocacy around this, is that it seems to me that the official data in the UK really needed to be disaggregated by gender. So that's the wealth and asset survey, some of the work on the financial investment sector itself. I know that there have been an important study, the Rose Report, on the female entrepreneurship. But I think that there is work to be done to make sure that the official statistics and the statistical system then produces gender disaggregated data on an ongoing basis, and that data is also disaggregated by race and ethnicity. And the UK data was particularly strong on disaggregating by region, and I think that that's important. And I was particularly impressed with all of the agencies that we've met in Scotland, Women's Enterprise Scotland, the individual financial institutions here in Scotland. But I think that in addition to the regional disaggregation, having a disaggregation by gender, race, and ethnicity is actually really important, and also by age. And so those would be, I think, the two very important takeaways and action points for we as well. Women's economic empowerment is, to my mind, the foundation of our gender justice goals. Because without economic independence, without the opportunities, and opportunities not only in the sense of the removal of barriers, but opportunities in the sense of an enabling environment which allows and fosters and facilitates women's economic drive and economic aspirations and their economic contribution, then what we're doing is we're actually completely sub optimizing the potential for humanity. Because without an environment and a set of conditions where women of all ages are able not only to meet their basic economic survival needs, but to also make their very, very valuable contributions to what we are all seeking, then we're not actually going to meet not only a goal number five, but we're not going to meet the other sustainable development goals without harnessing and providing space for those specific ways in which women engage in economic activity. And there is a specific role for finance and investment in that, because it means if we can get financial capital being more equitably distributed, more sensibly allocated, then we actually have a situation where good ideas can grow, they can scale, as opposed to the situation where not all of the ideas, the ventures, the opportunities actually have the lubrication, because financial capital is really the engine that makes the difference between an idea remaining an idea or becoming a venture and then becoming a scalable venture and becoming an enterprise that employs and changes products and services and so on. And so I see a really important role for financial capital and the financial and investment sector in women's economic entrepreneurship and women's economic enterprise and women's economic empowerment. You're most welcome. Alrighty.